What is going on, guys? My name's E-Free. Welcome back to another Dokkan video. Today, we're not actually looking at LR Broly, but we have the banner up for context to kind of give us a little bit of insight into what Gohan's legendary summon will be looking like. And of course, we do have the SS4 banners, of course, based on what happened to JP, because I don't have the information on the global variant yet. But we're going to go ahead and take a look at these banners and do a summon or not. So if you guys enjoyed today's video, if you are new, please consider subscribing. And I want to say that Summon or Not is a new series I started where I basically break down all the banners that drop. But I've honestly kind of missed a few because of reasons. No, honestly, because I forgot. But people are asking me about a lot of the stuff pertaining to, hey, what should I pull for? And it's weird because I feel like I've done a good job trying to be informative when it comes to which of these two units you're going to pull for, but understandably so, a lot of people are still uncertain, right? So let me go ahead and make this clear one more time. If you look at your boxes, which, by the way, for more context, you can go ahead and check out my video yesterday, or not, well, yesterday I put up one about the Godstone and the Super Dragon Snow, which one you should choose, basically. But if you look at your boxes, a few days ago, about 4 or 5 days ago, for context, you can check out the video about these guys, SS4, Goku, and Vegeta. But if you look at your boxes and you see that you can basically build optimal AGL, but you can't build optimal STR, go for Vegeta's banner. If you see that you can basically build optimal STR, but you can't build it for AGL, don't go for Vegeta. Unless you want to go for one of them, that's perfectly fine too, just simply because you like the character. That's fine. But that's pretty much what it comes down to. Or your closest similarity. Maybe you can't build either optimal, but your closest similarity. Maybe you have a Gogeta on one side and the SS3 GT Goku here, but on the other side, you only have Super Vegito. I'd say, okay, well, you have 2 out of 3. Why not get that third, to build half the team already for the STR side? It just comes down to things like that. So you guys can go ahead and check out those videos for a little more context in regards to who to choose with the stone and all that. I've tried to be super informative, but of course I still get a lot of the questions, which doesn't bother me at all. I don't want to make it sound like it bothers me. It's just, I want to empower you guys to be able to make that decision. So that being said, we're going to look at the SS4 banner. So I'm going to open up Vegeta in a new window. I meant to do a new tab, but it's okay. So Vegeta's banner popped up. And these are the rates for it, 9.9, so it's 10% banner. Now, keep in mind, things are subject to change. The featured units may change. I don't know what's going to happen. That's just how global is. They're funny like that sometimes. So, traditionally, the Vegeta banner does not have Super Vegito, but it does have Vegito Blue. It also has this Trunks, who is one of the best possible units for STR, pretty much. If we go ahead and pop him up, Dokkan awakens into this guy. One of the best possible units for that banner. Or that team, he's optimal pretty much, but it's funny because he's on the Vegeta banner and Super Vegito is on the Goku banner. They did that on purpose. They literally flat out did that on purpose. Here are his max stats. He gets 100% up on a super attack, so he's definitely optimal. So if you want to be able to build both teams, you're going to have to summon on both banners. But maybe there's some whales out there that have big fat walls. They're going to do it anyway, so that's definitely a thing. So on top of that, he has Rose, he has Baby Vegeta, who actually will get a Dokkan Awakening. I'm going to show you guys his Awakening now. Will this? No, it's not going to do what I wanted. I should have clicked it. This is what he Dokkan Awakens into. He doesn't get a lot of love, but he's a solid unit. I wouldn't say he's quote-unquote optimal, but he's very solid. We have the Trunks. We have the Pan, who's pretty much optimal on physical nowadays with the Gotenks lead. Golden Frieza, the timeless Golden Frieza, and Vegito Blue instead of Vegito. You guys know what Vegito Blue can do. So overall, this banner is really good. I think it looks a little bit better than the Goku variant. Of course, you have the hero and villain leads in this one banner, which is great. I've said it so many times, but Vegito Blue specifically gets hoarded out like all over the place. Like, this man is on every freaking banner. Not every banner, but like one banner every 2 or 3 Dokkan Fests he's featured. So definitely don't feel pressed to get him now if you don't have him. Don't summon on this banner until you get him, unless you get him super early, because his rate is 0.7. All these featured guys have a pretty solid rate. That means on average, you'll have to spend, it sounds bad, but about 700 stones to get them individually, or spend $350, which is not bad. That's basically normal rates for featured units. I mean, if you look over here at this Goku, he's the first non-featured unit listed, and they want 8,580 stones or $4,000. So, yeah, very reminiscent of LR cards on those banners when they're hidden in those double rate banners on JP. Pretty much that's what it is for those non-featured cards. So honestly, if you pull any of these non-featured cards on any of these banners, you were literally significantly, like, what is this? What's the multiplication on this? 300 to 42. Like, you were that many times more luckier than you needed to have been to get Vegeta Blue, for example. That's the irony in it. But that being said, I would definitely say that, of course, you're going to summon. So you're going to summon on this banner if you need the units. Why didn't it? Oh, it opened up a new window. If you need any of these units available here, like I said, I wouldn't wail for anything other than Vegeta. Of course, you want Vegeta. You'd probably want to get a Vegeta dupe, to be honest, because he starts off with a free additional, and you really want to get a crit on him to help him get over those tech opponents if you're doing something like Boss Rush. It's not that pertinent, but it does help a lot, especially because Goku gets a free critical. It's less pressing on Goku to get a crit for that additional, but it is nice to get an additional with Goku, but it's less pressing. So that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at Goku's banner. And I'm going to break this up. Like I said, we're going to look at the LR side because Global's doing something a little bit different with the LR Gohan banner. So that being said, we're going to look at that, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts of basically about, because I know that you guys are going to summon, right? Basically, whether or not you're going to summon on these banners and how hard you're going to go on these banners determines whether or not you actually go for the LR banner, because the way that they've kind of incentivized it. So looking at this banner, we have Goku, we have Super Gogeta, we have, oh, the Trunks is here. See, the Trunks isn't on the art, but he's actually, I felt weird like not seeing the Trunks in there, because I felt like Trunks and Pan were on both banners. He's just not listed on the banner art, but he's listed on the other banner art. Huh. Okay, well, that's great. That actually makes this banner probably significantly better. Yeah, this banner is better because you have 4 optimal STR units on it. You have Goku, Gogeta, Trunks, and then the other Goku, who's like the next best unit on this team, aside from Gogeta probably. And then Pan, like I said, is on both banners. Goku Black is just kind of a throw-in because what they've done is they have Goku Black on one banner and then Rose on the other. Then they have Vegito and then Vegito Blue on the other. I thought they were slick. They were trying to be funny, but no. I caught what you were doing, Bandai. I caught what you were doing. And, of course, they have Goku Awakening and they have Baby Vegeta Awakening on the other one. So I know what you're doing, Bandai. You're not slick. And then they have Goku and Vegeta in poses that are facing each other. So, yeah, I know. Leave a like for that. Just the detective skills, detective free. # detective free. But yeah, so the Goku banner seems like a better deal, honestly, because it has literally all of the optimal units. Vegeta's banner is like an amalgam of different god leads, which is great too. Gives you more options. But if your sole purpose is probably just to build a Goku team, your best bet is to just summon on Goku's banner. But like I said, people may go for both. But finally, let's look at the LR Broly Legendary Summon banner. And specifically for Broly's rate. So it was 0.5. So that's not bad. It's an average of 900 stones or $476. A little bit higher than the average for the traditional SSRs on this banner. So not that bad, to be honest. But here's where we get things that are, here's where it gets a little tricky. I actually pulled out my damn headphones. So what Global seems to have been doing is we don't know what all will be featured on the Gohan banner or what they'll do with that banner. So I can't really talk about that until later on today. But that being said, I wanted to get this out now until before everybody's sub boxes blow up with summon videos and everybody else is too busy doing their summon videos to watch videos. Or everybody's too busy doing their own personal summons on their account to watch videos. But so what Global's doing is apparently summoning on the SS4 banners is probably going to be a step up. So basically they did that for Vegito Blue, where it's like you do summons, you get those tickets, and then you do basically 5 steps or whatever, and you continue to get tickets. And I think that the first couple summons are discounted, like 30 stones or whatever. I don't know how Global's going to do it, but they have some sort of mechanic in place for that from what I've seen. So I could be wrong, but from what I've seen, that's pretty much what's going on. So you're going to use those tickets to then summon on Gohan's banner. I don't know why they wouldn't allow you to use stones on that banner. Honestly, they may do what they did with that God Lead banner, where you use tickets on it traditionally, but there is also a stone variant to where you can use Dragon Stones on it. And LR Gohan will be featured. I don't know what else will be featured, but going based off of the Broly banner, he'll probably have a 0.4 rate, 0.5 rate, whatever Broly's is, 0.5. So here's where we get to the crux of it then. Summon or nah, if you have to choose, say for example, they put a stone variant out and you have to choose, it might seem better to actually summon on the SS4s and then get tickets and then try your luck. I think that's what majority of people would do in that regard. Even if they don't, that's still what you'd wind up doing. If they don't put out a stone variant of the banner where you use dragon stones, that's basically what you do because that's the only way you could summon on that banner. So that being said, of course, that's what you would do. Now, if you have to choose which banner to use your Kais on, which by the way, or your stones on, by the way, the Elder Kai banner is live. Everybody should do that, but because it's hard to get 10 Kais, but I do understand if you're a free player, you may want to prioritize your summons first. So just keep that in the back of your mind. You probably want to do that 10 Kai banner. But either way, looking at it, I would say that it's probably significantly better to try your luck on one of those other banners because the payoff is higher if you have to choose where to spend your stones. Gohan to this day is still the best unit in this game, so he's going to be the best unit in the game on global for a very long time to come. He's actually a lot earlier coming to global than he was on JP, so he's got a lot more shelf life, but his rate is really low. So if you're forced to use tickets, that makes him extremely pay to play because you're going to get tickets based on summons. Of course, free-to-play players are going to tap out somewhere along the line as far as summons go, and that means they'll tap out on tickets. Now, if you're a paying player, you can continue to go and go and go and go. Tickets, summon, which, by the way, you get a chance to get Battlefield medals via summons there. So, yeah, people were telling me Battlefield is confirmed because you need Gohan medals, and I'm like, no, bro. They're saying, because I did a video about this yesterday, too. They are saying that you get the Battlefield medals from the summon. And it's not even a guarantee. You get a chance. So they really want you to pull on that banner. So I can't see why they wouldn't capitalize on it and make you spend money on it basically by allowing a stone variant. So either way, your payoff is higher on the SS4 banners. I would try my luck just a few times, but not go balls deep unless you actually can afford it on the Gohan banner if it's a stone banner, in which, to that same vein, even if it's a ticket banner, you would have to go balls deep on another banner, which is one of the SS4s. I wouldn't go crazy on it, but they do have I'm pretty sure they have like a 120 hour, whatever, 3 multis, get 2-1 free, 3-1 free. I don't know what it is. So they'll have some sort of deal going. But anyways, I wanted to inform you guys, like I said, over the course of the last week, I've done a lot of global videos. Just check out my video catalog and you guys can get a little bit more information. But happy pulling. I hope everybody pulls what they're looking for. Let me know in the comments what you will be summoning on. And I'll catch you guys later on today with more content. I should put out a summon video either today, later, probably really late, or tomorrow. But we'll see. Either way, have an awesome day, and I'll catch you guys later.